I'm Catherine, a 32-year-old psychiatrist with a deep passion for helping people through their mental health journeys. Today, though, it's me in need of calm as I stand in front of a mirror, adjusting my veil for what feels like the 100th time. My hands tremble, not from nerves but pure excitement. I've dreamed of this day for so long, and now it's finally here, my wedding day. "You look absolutely stunning, sweetie," my mom says, her eyes brimming with tears. I take a steadying breath, smiling at her. "Thanks, Mom. I still can't believe it's happening." Before I can take it all in, my best friend and maid of honor, Sarah, bursts into the room. "The beach looks like a fairy tale. You and Mark are going to love it." Just hearing Mark's name makes my heart flutter. He's not just my fiancé, he's my soulmate, my rock, and the kindest pediatrician anyone could ever meet. As we head to the ceremony, I spot my cousin in the crowd, giving me a quick wave while juggling her triplets. She looks frazzled, but I smile back, silently thanking the universe that this is a child-free wedding. The ceremony is a dream. Mark's eyes light up as I walk down the aisle, and the love between us feels palpable. We exchange vows, seal it with a kiss, and just like that, we're husband and wife. The reception is in full swing, and I'm floating on cloud 9 as I make my rounds, thanking everyone for coming. That's when I hear it, the unmistakable sound of children crying. I turn and see Melissa, looking far too overdressed, handing off her triplets to my mom. "Can you watch them for a bit? I really need a mom's night out. Thanks, you're a lifesaver." And before anyone can protest, she's gone. My mom looks at me, panicked. "Catherine, I cut her off with a forced smile. "It's fine, Mom. Let's just keep them quiet, okay?" But as I turn back to my guests, I can already feel my perfect day starting to unravel. The triplets are wild, knocking over centerpieces, smearing cake on pristine white tablecloths. "Should we do something?" Mark whispers, his brow furrowed with concern. I squeeze his hand. "Let's try to enjoy the night. Melissa will be back soon." But as the hours tick by with no sign of her, my patience wears thin. This was supposed to be our day, and now it's turning into a circus. I glance at my new in-laws, whispering and pointing at the chaos. And I can't help but wonder, where is Melissa? How could she do this to us? Little did I know, this was just the beginning of a drama that would change everything. The DJ plays our song, but I can barely hear it over the shrieks of Melissa's triplets, Ethan, Emma, and Evan, running wild on the dance floor. So much for a romantic first dance. "I'm so sorry, sweetie," my mom says, breathless as she chases after Ethan, who's now making a beeline for the cake. "I'm trying, but they're just too much." I force another smile. "You're doing great, Mom." But it's not okay, not even close. I scan the room, hoping to spot Melissa, but she's nowhere to be found. Meanwhile, Mark's parents are huddled together, their disapproving glances unmistakable. "Maybe we should help your mom," Mark suggests, worry etched across his face. I shake my head. "No, this is our wedding. We shouldn't have to babysit." As the chaos continues, memories flood my mind. Melissa showing up drunk at my college graduation. Melissa borrowing money she never repaid. Melissa skipping our grandfather's funeral to post beach vacation photos online the same day. And me always making excuses for her. She's just going through a tough time, I'd say. She doesn't mean to be like this. But as I watch Emma knock over a vase, sending water splashing onto my aunt's dress, I start to wonder if I've been a fool all along. "Dr. Catherine," comes a voice from behind. It's Jenna, our wedding coordinator, looking frazzled. "I hate to bother you, but the children have caused some damage to the decorations. The venue is asking about compensation." I close my eyes, taking a long breath. "How bad is it?" Jenna winces. "Significant." The night drags on, and the situation only worsens. Mark's sister corners me at the bar, her voice dripping with disdain. "I thought this was an adults-only wedding. If I'd known, I would have brought my kids too." I open my mouth to respond, but what can I say? She's right. This isn't what we planned. This isn't what we wanted. As the last song plays and guests start to leave, there's still no sign of Melissa. The triplets, now finally exhausted, have crawled under a table and fallen asleep. Mark finds me sitting alone, my once perfect hair now a mess. Mascara smudged down my cheeks. "Hey," he says softly, sitting beside me. "Some wedding, huh?" I look at him, this incredible man who deserves so much more than the disaster today turned out to be. I'm so sorry, Mark. This isn't how it was supposed to go. He takes my hand, giving it a gentle squeeze. We're married. That's all that matters. But as we carry 3 sleeping toddlers to our honeymoon suite instead of champagne and roses, I can't shake the feeling that something important has been broken. This was supposed to be the start of our fairy tale, but instead, it feels like the beginning of a nightmare. And Melissa, she has a lot of explaining to do. The morning after my wedding, I'm not waking up to breakfast in bed or stolen moments with my new husband. No, I'm on a mission to find my MIA cousin. After searching the hotel for what feels like hours, I finally spot her, passed out on a lounger in a spa area, reeking of alcohol. Melissa, I shout, shaking her shoulder. Wake up. She stirs, blinking up at me with bloodshot eyes. Kathy? What's going on? What's going on? Are you kidding me? My voice rises with each word. You abandoned your kids at my wedding. Melissa sits up, rubbing her temples. Geez, calm down. It's not a big deal. I just needed a break. Not a big deal? I can't believe what I'm hearing. Your break ruined our reception. The venue is charging us for damages, Mark's family is furious, and… Oh boo-hoo, Melissa interrupts, rolling her eyes. So your perfect little wedding got a dose of reality. Maybe if you weren't so selfish about not wanting kids there. Selfish? I freeze, stunned. Selfish? You're calling me selfish? Yeah, I am, she snaps. Not everyone can afford babysitters, you know. Some of us are actually parents. And that's when it hits me, the excuses, the manipulation, the complete lack of responsibility. Melissa isn't just careless, she's toxic. We're done. I say, my voice cold. Don't call me, don't text me. We're done. I turn and walk away, ignoring her protests. When I find Mark, he takes one look at my face and pulls me into a hug. You okay? He asks softly. I shake my head. No, but I will be. I told Melissa we're cutting ties. Mark nods. I support you. But are you sure? What about the family? They'll have to understand. I say, the doubt creeps in. We leave for our honeymoon, but the incident hangs over us like a cloud. Instead of enjoying the beaches of Bali, I'm glued to my phone, dreading the family fallout. When we return 2 weeks later, it's worse than I imagined. Melissa's been busy, spinning a web of lies, telling everyone I abandoned her and the kids, saying I've always been jealous of her. I just don't know what to believe, Mom says when I confront her. Melissa seems so upset. And I'm not? I cry. She ruined our wedding, and now she's turning everyone against me. But I see the doubt in Mom's eyes. It's like she doesn't know who to trust anymore. That's when my psychiatrist brain kicks in. If I'm going to fix this, I need evidence. I start documenting everything. Every lie, every manipulative tactic, every instance of neglect I can remember. I reach out to Melissa's ex Tom, who's been fighting for custody of the triplets. I hate to ask, I say, but has Melissa ever left the kids with you unexpectedly? Tom laughs bitterly. Try every other weekend. She says she's going to the store and disappears for days. As I dig deeper, a disturbing pattern emerges. It's not just me. Melissa has been taking advantage of everyone around her for years. Borrowed money, never repaid. Promised favors, never fulfilled. And worst of all, a consistent neglect of her own children. I sit at my desk, staring at the mountain of evidence I've collected. Part of me feels vindicated. I'm not crazy, I'm not overreacting, but mostly I just feel sad. Sad for the kids, sad for our family, and sad for the cousin I thought I knew. One thing's for sure, I'm done being Melissa's scapegoat. It's time for the truth to come out. 6 months after the wedding fiasco, I'm standing in my parents' living room, heart pounding. The whole family is here, including Melissa and her husband Tom. It's time for the intervention I've been planning for months. Thanks for coming, everyone. I begin, my voice shaky. I know there's been a lot of confusion and hurt feelings lately. That's why I've asked you all here today. I take a deep breath and dive in, presenting the evidence I've gathered, text messages showing Melissa's neglect of the triplets, financial records of money she never repaid, testimonies from friends and family about her manipulative behavior. This isn't about revenge, I explain. It's about protecting the kids and healing our family. The room is silent as I finish. My parents look shell-shocked. Tom's face is a mix of anger and relief. Melissa, though, is fuming. "This is ridiculous," she shouts. "You're all going to believe her lies." But the proof is undeniable. Even Aunt Susan, Melissa's biggest offender, looks uncertain. "Honey," Mom says gently, "I think it's time you got some help." That's when Melissa snaps. She jumps up, knocking over a chair. "You're all against me. I don't mean this." She storms out, slamming the door behind her. The silence that follows is deafening. A week later, Tom calls me. "I'm filing for divorce," he says, his voice heavy, "and I want full custody of the kids. Can you help?" I agree to provide a professional assessment for the custody case. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Over the next few months, Melissa's carefully constructed world begins to crumble. She loses her job due to frequent unexplained absences. Her friends, tired of her constant drama, start to distance themselves. Meanwhile, the family rallies around Tom and the triplets. Mark and I often babysit, giving Tom much-needed breaks. "I don't know how to thank you," Tom says one evening as he picks up the kids. I smile, watching Ethan, Emma, and Evan giggle as they put on their shoes. "We're family," I say. "This is what family does." Slowly but surely, I rebuild my relationships with the relatives Melissa had turned against me. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. 1 year after our wedding, Mark and I decide to host a vow renewal ceremony. It's everything our first reception should have been: joyful, drama-free, and filled with love. The triplets, now under Tom's full-time care, are adorable in their little suits and dress. They behave beautifully, a testament to the stability they now have. As Mark and I dance under the stars, I can't help but reflect on the past year. "I never thought I'd say this," I whisper to him, "but I'm almost grateful for what happened at our wedding." He raises an eyebrow. "Oh yeah." I nod. It taught me the importance of boundaries, of standing up for myself, and the freedom that comes with letting go of toxic relationships. Mark pulls me closer. "So does this mean you might be ready to start our own family?" I laugh, my heart full. "You know what? I think I am." As the night winds down, I catch a glimpse of Melissa through the window of a nearby coffee shop. She's alone, scrolling through her phone, looking lost. For a moment, I feel a pang of sadness, but then I turn back to my loved ones. Mark, my parents, Tom, and the kids, all the people who stood by me through thick and thin. I realize that this is what real family looks like, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The story of Catherine, Melissa, and their family has come to an end. Now, I have a question for you. Do you think Catherine made the right decision by cutting Melissa out of her life completely, or should she have given her cousin another chance? Is there a point where family ties become less important than personal well-being? Share your thoughts in the comments below.